What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for the last day of the month, February 28th, 2023. This is a Tuesday, by the way. The old twofer, right? Anyway, we are 44 subscribers away from giving away another gift card. Jump in there, share the show with a friend. As soon as we hit 600, which will probably be by next Sunday. I'm hoping we could do another drawing next Sunday night on YouTube Live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget that. I hope we can do another drawing to give away another Amazon gift card. So 44 away. Let's do it. Everybody band together. Get in line. One every day. Well, a few every day. We'll be in good shape. All right. Today, we're talking about second-year wide receivers. How are they progressing? Are they progressing? Have they progressed? Have you seen progression from the second-year wide receivers? I don't know. But I know some people that do know. Brian Hartline and his core of receivers that practice with the second-year receivers every day. So let's talk about them. So obviously we know guys in their freshman years that have broken out. Chris Olave, second half of his freshman year. Garrett Wilson was a factor, his freshman year. JSN, a little limited because he was, came in the COVID year, 2020. So, but still got some snaps. Made that crazy catch against Nebraska in the back of the end zone. Marvin Harrison and Emeka Egbuka showed that they could be stars as freshmen. So it's kind of unfair to compare the four new 2020 receivers or the 2020 receivers. They aren't new, I know, second year. They barely saw the field as freshmen last year. So let's talk about them. Starting off with Kaleb Brown, caught just one pass for 5 yards. Kyion Grayes caught one pass for 2 yards. Kojo Antwi did not catch any passes in his 5 games. Caleb Burton did not play at all. So Hartline was asked before the Peach Bowl during media days why those four receivers did not play much as freshmen. And he talked about the high standard set by Harrison, Egbuka, and Fleming. He said, quote, if one guy's coming off the field, you have to be able to do what that person did. Or I'm putting the offense at a disadvantage. So until that happens, the best player is always going to play. Emeka Egbuka also chimed in. He said that from his vantage point, it took this past season's crop of freshmen longer to get acclimated to playing at Ohio State than it did for him and Harrison. He had a quote. Emeka said that they started off a little slower than we'd like them to, but a lot of leaders stepped up on the team and kind of nipped that in the bud, and it was like, hey, it's time to get going type thing. Emeka said the younger receivers started building a lot of momentum during bowl practices in December, where you a lot of times see growth across the board there. So that's good. Harrison saw a similar progression, which he attributed to them becoming more comfortable with the playbook. He admitted that becoming comfortable with the playbook took him most of his freshman year too. So Harrison said that I was talking to coach yesterday and he was like, when did you finally learn the whole playbook? It was probably toward the end of my freshman year. That's right where they're right where they're at right now. I kind of figured everything out. So they're definitely learning. That's probably the biggest thing. Once you learn the whole playbook, you can start playing fast and free. That's important. Hartline did push back when he was hit with a question about receivers that were behind schedule. The question was asked, are these receivers behind schedule? And he said it's mind-blowing to him that players are now scrutinized if they don't play as freshmen. He pointed out Terry McLaurin, Paris Campbell, examples of receivers who didn't play as freshmen. He said all 4 receivers need time to grow into playing bigger roles. He's pleased with the progress he saw for the year. So the quote he had, I think that young players always need to continue to mature in game speed, game understanding, the game within the game. I think we have some young guys that are putting in the effort, and the maturation will continue. So I like the optimism by Coach Hartline and the other older players. Kojo and Kaleb Brown appear to be closest based on their playing time, you could say, last year. They played in 5 games and obviously did not have an opportunity to use a red shirt. And the weird thing is, though, this is interesting to me, that they both came in the summer. They were not early enrollees. Only Kyion Grayes and Kaleb Burton were early enrollees, yet they got more playing time. So Kaleb Brown was the first of the receivers in his class to have his black stripe removed. Heartline said it's because we felt that he showed the most consistency. Igbuka also talked about Kaleb Brown. He was impressed with Kaleb Brown during his freshman year. Quote, it's fun to see him work in practice. He makes a ton of big plays. He's very dynamic, very shifty. On Kojo Antwi, he impressed Heartline in year 1 with his physicality on a practice field. I remember seeing that in his high school highlight tape. He's very physical. Heartline said the biggest area which Antwi had to grow as a freshman was understanding of the game. But he feels that Antwi is starting to hit his stride by the end of his freshman year. Heartline said that I told him I think it's harder because he came in June, so you have to get off to a slower start through the summer. You're hitting all fall camp, and you didn't have the spring that maybe some other guys did, so you're kind of behind the 8 ball. But it's how well you can go through the season, and I think he's done a great job. Caleb Burton had his black stripe removed back in December. He even got a mention by CJ Stroud when CJ was asked about a backup receiver who impressed him during the bowl practices. CJ said that Caleb Burton has done a hell of a job. He's gotten a lot better. So that's always good to hear from the starting, Heisman, 2-time Heisman nominee. The path to the playing time is not going to get easier this year, though. You got Harrison back, Igbuka back, Fleming back, X-Man Xavier Johnson, and the speedster Jaden Ballard. And you got even more competition with the new class of 2023 receivers. You got 3 of them already on campus now. And then you got Ennis coming in the summer. You got Brandon Ennis, Noah Rogers, Bryson Rogers, and Carnell Tate. So the message, Heartline's message to his receivers is just continue to impress your teammates and coaches. He said that I think right now in the offseason program, biggest thing is that right now you should be trying to impress your peers. Your peers know, the players know. By trying to impress your peers, that means everything. Being on time, if not early, how you work, how you communicate, if you're up front, if you're not up front, all those things matter. So, and obviously impressing Coach Mick this time of year is most important because he's with them, all day, every day. So what do you guys think? Do you think any of these second-year guys cracked the 2 deep? I think somebody has to. It's just who, with the limited experience and snaps and some development in the bowl practices, it's hard to say right now. But let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me on Twitter. Email me, whatever. And don't forget about that Amazon gift card giveaway. We're doing it again. So 4 more subs. Let's get 4 more. 44 more. Sorry. 4 sounded easy. 44, a little harder. Anyways, talk to you later. Go Bucks.